I'm guessing most of you guys watching this video right now have actually seen the Last Dance documentary, the Michael Jordan documentary that's been playing on ESPN. It's a very, very great documentary, guys. I highly recommend it. A lot of great content in there and really just an enlightening thing for people that haven't like grown up in the era of Michael Jordan to just see all of his greatness and like what he left on the court. However, this is a sneaker channel, so I wanted to focus on the sneaker aspects of what was happening in the Last Dance documentary, and there was a crazy thing that I noticed, guys. After each episode was airing, sneaker resale prices skyrocketed for every single shoe that was shown in the documentary. Like, if it was on Michael's feet, that shoe definitely blew up in resale value. It's really interesting, and I just wanted to show you guys in this video today what the resale prices were prior to the video airing and also what the resale prices are going for currently right now, guys. It's a pretty significant swing on a lot of these shoes, and I want you guys to be aware of what's going on and how nostalgia can really like affect sneaker markets, guys. Before we start up this video though, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Goes a long way in helping the channel. Anyway, let's take a look at what we got over here, guys. Episode 1 actually aired on April 19th, and on April 19th, that's when shoes started to explode in resale prices, guys. The first shoe that we're going to be looking at today is the Jordan 13 He Got Game. The Jordan 13 was never really like a hype shoe for sneaker reselling, but actually after the documentary aired, there was a good spike in this shoe. Prior to the episode airing on April 19th, prices were going for about $270, but after the documentary aired, after episode 1, prices actually spiked to $360, so that's a $90 difference just from a video airing, guys. If you guys looked at that chart, basically everything was pretty much the same, then there's a big spike, and that was because these documentaries aired. So just keep an eye out on that, because that's how all of these shoes are going to be. You'll notice that same spike in the exact same time frame. In episode 1, MJ and the Chicago Bulls, prior to a game, actually went to go mini golfing, and in that video you guys can actually see MJ was wearing the Jordan 1 Black Toes, which is a classic sneaker, guys, and obviously it had a good amount of resale already, but again, because it was shown in the documentary, nostalgia kicked in and prices spiked. Prior to the Last Dance, prices were trending for about $500. After the documentary aired though, there was a huge increase, guys, and that price spiked to actually $800. So from $500 to $800 difference. That's $300, guys. Just from watching it on a documentary, people were really like getting hyped and they're like, I gotta have that shoe. So people ended up buying a lot of stock, and that moved the market to go higher. Another one of the biggest spikes was obviously from the Jordan 1 bands, which were shown in episode 1 as well. Prior to the episode, prices were going for about $670. After the episode aired, you guys can expect prices to be around the $870 range. So that's $200 difference. Not as much as the Black Toes, but this shoe was actually released, I believe, in 2016, 4 years ago, so not that big of a difference. Black toe ones are a little bit harder to find because they were released in 2015, so because of the age difference and stuff, there will be a difference in price because it is harder to find dead stock pairs. And that is definitely prevalent in the next shoe that we're going to be talking about that was shown in the episode, the Jordan 1 Chicago. The Jordan 1 Chicago like exploded, guys, in price, and already it was very expensive because prior to the doc, they were going for about $900, but after the documentary, guys, they're going for $1,600 plus. Some of them actually, like in size 8 or 7.5, they're going for $2,000 now. So that is a huge price spike, and that is solely seen because of the Last Dance. Like, if you guys look at these charts, I'm telling you, there's literally a spike exactly when the doc airs, and I mean, for good reason. The Jordan 1 Chicago is a beautiful shoe, but I can't believe people are getting that hyped for a shoe just because of nostalgia effect. Like, it's insane. The Jordan 1 Chicago was released in 2015 though, so 5 years ago, and it makes sense that because it is an older model, prices spiked pretty darn high. In episode 1, they showed the 1996 NBA Finals where Michael Jordan was wearing the Jordan 11 Breds. Classic sneaker, guys. Very beautiful model, and one that was actually released 1 year ago now, so not very long ago. Prices prior to the video, they were going for about $260. After the video, a small increase. They're going for about $310 now, so you guys can expect a $50 difference. But this one actually makes sense why it was nominal, because even though it's a classic shoe, because it was released in 2019, there is a plethora of pairs still on the market that are in dead stock condition, so it's not going for as much as like Chicago ones or Black Toe ones because it is a recent release. The last shoe of episode 1 that was shown was the Jordan 5 Fire Red, and this is one of the most interesting shoes because this shoe actually shock dropped during the episode airing, so a lot of people were able to cop the Jordan 5 Fire Red, and because it was paired with the documentary, prices actually spiked high in the beginning. They were actually going for $270, which is $70 over retail. When they first released during the documentary, people were very hyped. Fire Reds, iconic, so people were buying them up. However, because it is a recent release and because so many pairs flooded the market, these shoes actually dropped in pricing. So now they're going for about $230, which is pretty close to retail, guys. I thought these pairs would actually went for about retail or under retail because I figured there's gonna be so many. However, since the documentary happened, there's still some resale on it. Now, episode 2 aired at the same time on April 19th, and there were only 2 shoes that I noticed in this one. One of them being the Jordan 3 White Cement, and the shoe that we're actually going to compare that to, which is the most recent release, is the free throw line Jordan 3s. It's not exactly the same shoe. The White Cement 3 was actually released in 2011. However, the free throw line 3s are pretty darn close to that White Cement look, so we're just going to be using that one. And that one was actually released in 2018, so pretty recent. Anyway, for that pair, they were actually going for $380 prior to the doc, and then after the documentary aired, they're going for $480 plus, guys. Now, the next set of episodes, episode 3 and episode 4, were actually released on April 26th, so a week later. That's how all of these episodes air, 1 week apart. And in episode 3, the first shoe that was shown was the Jordan 4 Breds. Now, this is one of my favorite sneakers of all time. There were a lot of highlights actually with MJ wearing the Bred 4, and also Phil Jackson wearing the Bred 4 in the documentary as well. So because there was so much exposure, prices obviously spiked. They were going for about $280 prior to the doc airing, and then after the documentary aired, they're going for about $350 now, and that's a $70 increase. But it's important because this was actually released just recently, guys, in 2019, just last year, so not very long ago, and a $70 price spike in like a matter of days is a very, very big jump. That's why it may seem small compared to like the Chicagos, but when you think of it, there were so many Bred 4s in the market last year, like going for like $220. Now they're going for $350. That's a big, big jump. Another classic shoe over here, the Jordan 5 Metallic Black, most recently released in 2016. Before the doc, these were going for $280. After the doc, they're going for $380, so a $100 price spike, so a pretty big spike for that Jordan 5. In episode 3, they show the Jordan 12 Cherry, which most recently released in 2009. So it's been a minute, guys, 11 years, over a decade. Prices were going for about $400 prior to the doc. After the documentary aired, they spiked significantly to $600, guys. So $600, $200 increase, over a decade old. I'm not sure why they haven't retroed these yet. Very clean look, and obviously a classic look. A lot of people wanted that shoe, but yeah, I didn't think that that one would spike as much as it did. However, again, nostalgia hit, Last Dance effect took place, and $200 later, that's how much you can get that shoe for. In episode 4 of the documentary, they actually showed a very classic pair, the Jordan 7 Bordeaux. It most recently released in 2015, and prior to the doc, they were going for $240, and after the documentary, they actually spiked to $320, so that's an $80 price increase. Then moving on to episode 5 and 6, these aired on May 3rd. One of the shoes that was new in episode 5 that I really enjoy myself was the Jordan 4 White Cement. This was most recently released in 2016, and really just a clean pair, guys. Prior to that episode airing, they were going for $370, so very expensive, but again, it's a classic, so it makes sense. After the documentary aired, they're going for $450 now, so an $80 price spike just because that episode aired and so many people saw that shoe and were like, you know what, I gotta have it. Another surprise shoe that blew up in value was the Jordan 8 Playoffs. This was most recently released in 2013 and aired in episode 6. Prior to episode 6, they were going for $220. After the episode aired, they're going for $340, so a $120 price spike for a Jordan 8. Not a Jordan 1, which would be, you know, that makes sense, but a Jordan 8 of all things, guys. It's just insane how many of these shoes are just exploding in price. Like literally every shoe that was shown, there's a price spike. It's crazy. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. So many great sneakers that we saw and so much nostalgia. The Last Dance is a beautiful documentary, and again, if you guys haven't watched it, I highly recommend you guys watch the episodes, because after you guys watch it, you guys will understand why all of these shoes just spiked like out of nowhere. Nostalgia is like a very, very powerful thing, and watching MJ on the court using these shoes that you guys can buy yourself today is spurring that same kind of moment where back in the day when, you know, when he was selling the first Jordan 1s, first Jordan 2s, 3s, 4s, whatever it was, you wanted to be like Mike. That was the Nike ad campaign, be like Mike. You want to fly like MJ, and that same feeling of wanting to be like MJ was just reignited in everybody after watching The Last Dance. So that is why prices are exploding, and that is why everybody loves Jordan sneakers. So make sure you guys catch up, because episodes 9 and 10 are releasing this weekend, and you guys don't want to miss it. I don't know what shoes are going to be shown on 9 and 10, but as soon as you guys see it air, you guys should probably go to StockX or GoDaddy and buy up those sneakers, because trust me, they will spike. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It took a lot of time for me to actually research all of this stuff, but I wanted to show you guys like the significant price increases in these shoes and how nostalgia can move markets. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Definitely goes a long way in helping myself and helping the channel. Also, if you guys are new here and you guys enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you again for watching, and until next time guys, stay humble, stay blessed, take care, and I will see you on the next episode. Aloha, shoots!